Hello everyone. I hope that you all doing well. This is the third part of agriculture sector in the economic survey. Right. So very important details are there with regard to preliminary examination that is going to be held in the month of June 2021 UPSC. So this is me, Sayyid Shujatullah. Let us go ahead. Okay, fine. All these were properly learned by us. So when I started my discussion on agriculture chapter, so I have discussed the impact of pandemic on the agriculture sector. This was already done to you, and I have told you that during the pandemic, the government of India has announced a number of initiatives in order to strengthen the agriculture sector, and we have discussed all of these schemes one by one in detail in our last video. All these were already done. Okay. Then I have already discussed what is the share of agriculture and allied sector in our total GVA at current prices, gross value added at current prices. So we know that share of agriculture sector has actually declined according to the estimates. Right, and you know that subsector, whatever the subsector contribution is there, it is mentioned. It is mentioned. Okay, all these we have done in our last video. Okay, last lecture video. Please follow. Do see that video so that you will get insights of what we are doing today. Okay, gross capital formation was also learned. Production of food grains, trends in production of other major crops, agriculture credit, all these were properly learned by us in our last videos. Okay, now let us see. There was a statement in our economic survey that southern region in agriculture credit was more than 40%, while it was less than 20% of northeastern region. So agriculture credit, means loan disbursement by the banks. Okay, to agriculture sector to agriculture sector. This is called as agriculture credit. Okay, the farmers have to be given some amount of money in the form of loans so that they can buy the inputs and also help them to grow the crops and they will repay later. Very common thing. So farmers are in dire need of loan. That's why it is always the priority of the government that they extend what agriculture credit okay to the farmers. So suppose the 100 crore rupees are allocated by the government in order to what to help the farmers okay during the cropping season. 40% of that credit is being 40% of that credit is being used by the southern states, and if we compare the gap between the agriculture credit availed by the southern states and northeastern state, it is very huge. It is what very huge, right? So you can say that 40% credit is being distributed among the southern states, which are hardly 4 to 5 states are there, whereas northeastern states only 2%. Only 2% agricultural credit is shared. So it is there. You can see that there is a gross gap is there. There is a gross gap. Gross inequalities are there with regard to availing agricultural credit. Okay, by these two regions. By these two regions. So you can also see it with regard to the color. Okay, this orange color, they are hardly availing 0.3 percentage of agricultural credit. Okay, then you can see this one. Okay, we're having here Jharkhand and Jammu and Kashmir. They are having the share of 0.3 to 1%, 1 to 5, above 7.5 will see Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so they're actually taking lot of agriculture credit. Okay, with regard to their share. So you please do remember these points, whatever I have just dictated, and do write in your notebooks. Okay, they may ask you in the examination that which one of the following regions okay generally gets agriculture credit least, means you have to say northeastern. Which one of the following two states that avails highest agriculture credit? The farmers avails highest agriculture credit. It is Tamil Nadu and AP. Like that you have to remember. And state specific people, when you're writing your public service commission of your states, to do see that where your share is falling here. Fine. Now, as we have told that agriculture credit is only 2% available by the northeastern regions, why is it so? Why is it so? So reasons are given two in our economic survey. Okay, two reasons are given. The first one is Kisan credit card. Okay, you know that Kisan credit card, it's a kind of what it's a kind of credit offered to the farmers. Okay, offers to the farmers timely, to use it timely and promptly, because you know that credit card is how helpful it is. You can use it anytime like that. So the in case of any small requirements, small needs, like to buy some like some what I say is to pay the electricity bills, okay, to pay the to buy some pesticides, to buy some what if any repairs and maintenance are there in the farmland with regard to any machinery. So this credit will be helpful or not? Yes. So that's why the government of India has launched the scheme. I think it is way back in 2005 this scheme was launched. Kisan credit card given to the farmers so that they can get their small petty things very easily with the help of this credit card. Okay. So the reason given here is Kisan credit card loans in northeastern region. Okay, as these loans are given against the land documents, but they don't have that much of land documents there. The credit disbursement in the agriculture sector is in fact positively related to gross cropped area. Okay, this is a very important statement. It is very common that if any bank gives you the loan, okay, if any bank gives you the loan, it is based on the value of land or not. Suppose you are having this land, you will get less credit. If you are having more land, you will get more credit. If you are having very more land, you will get more credit. So when you submit your or when you give your land documents to the bank, they will give you what? They will give you the Kisan credit card. So 50,000 rupees credit card it will be, I guess. Okay, 50,000 rupees are there in this credit card. And the credit disbursement in agriculture sector is in fact positively related to gross cropped area. Gross cropped area means how many times you crop your area, that many times you I mean on the basis of that only bank will give the loan. Suppose this is my area, kharif season I have watered, then rabi season I have watered, and then zaid season I have cultivated. So three times I have cropped this area, right or wrong? 1 acre I have cropped three times. So as because I am cropping for three times, the bank will feel that I am a very proper and very educated farmer. I know what I am doing. I know the soil related how it behaves in any of these seasons. So I have the good knowledge about these crops and the seasons and my soil fertility. That's why I'm able to what grow the crops in all the seasons. Okay, that's why the more the gross cropped area I will be having, bank will feel what very happy and risk free to lend loans to me, because anyhow I'm going to repay him, because all throughout the all throughout the year I'm cropping the area or not. Yes, I'm cropping the area, that is for sure. I think you got this point. Then let us see credit disbursement and gross cropped area. You see this is the total crop loans given, and this is the cropped area. So if you are having the cropped area at this point, okay, then you will be taking what this much of credit, like around 5.85. If you are having more gross cropped area like 4.5, you are taking more. If you are having less gross cropped area, you are taking less. So that's why we are saying that positively related. Positively related means what? The more the gross cropped area you are having, the more credit will be disbursed to you. The more credit. Positively related. Negatively related means what? Inversely proportional. Okay. Positively related means directly proportional, or you can say positively inclined. Okay. So with this chart, it is very clear that gross cropped area matters a lot with regard to what? With regard to credit disbursement. Right or wrong? Yes. So please do remember whatever I have told you just now. Then a very important fund was launched by the government of India, that is Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. So with the name only you can understand it is a fund that will be utilized for the construction of infrastructure that will be helpful for the agriculture sector. Okay, so the scheme was launched on 9th September. Okay, I think that July, my birthday only, August 2020. So it is a time bond fund. Okay, means 2021 to 2029 to 30, this period. Okay, continuously government will fund, and we will take up lot of infrastructure projects. Okay, with the help of this fund, government is trying to fund medium to long term loans. Medium to long term loans. So I am a farmer. I will get what? Medium term like 5 years of loan, or a long term like 15 years of loan I will get. Okay, from this fund it will be extended to me. Anyhow, this fund, when I take the loan, I have to repay. That's why it is called as debt. It is called as debt. So government, with the help of this fund, will provide me loans of medium and long term, which are debt only. Okay, so it's a financing facility. From this fund, I will be given finance. Finance is given for what purpose? If I am constructing something with regard to infrastructure, like post harvest management. If I construct godowns, if I construct cold storages, right or wrong. So if I am going to construct some infrastructure, this from this fund I will be given what? Finance. And also community farming assets. Community farming assets are nothing but, okay, community farming assets are nothing but, just wait a minute. Okay. Community, you know that village community. Village community is nothing but what? Group of villages, group of households. Group of households in a particular area is called as what? Community. You will also have your own community, right? Like Suryanagar colony where I live. Okay, so this is my community. Like Aditya Nagar colony, Rahul colony, all these are communities beside me. So we are all having what? Different communities here. So a group of households living at one place is called as community. Suppose in our community, like where I stay, Suryanagar colony, here we are having a park. Is it a community asset or not? Yes, because everyone will go and do the walking and all that stuff will be done here. So that is called as community. Community farming assets are nothing but, suppose a big a thresher is there, a sower is there, right? Or else a water harvesting mechanism is there, or a artificial water accumulation pond is created, right? If any of these are created, then it will be utilized by everyone or not. If its utilization is with every one of the households of that particular area, we call such assets as community farming assets. Okay. 1 lakh crores will be provided by the banks and financial institutions to primary agricultural credit societies. Okay, direct lending will not be there. Government will give to what? Banks and financial institutions. इनके पास जाके we have to, and from these people will give to primary agricultural credit societies. Then they will also give to like NABARD का function है. NABARD you know that? NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture Reconstruction and Development, Rural Development. Sorry, Rural Development, NABARD. NABARD, you know that it does not directly lend any loans to what? Consumers or farmers or any rural artisans, etc. NABARD will give to the banks, financial institutions, cooperative society. They will give loans to us. They will give loans to us. In this fund is also work. The principle is on the same lines. So government will give 1 lakh crore of rupees. Government will give to bank and financial institutions. They will give to primary agricultural credit societies, any marketing cooperative societies, farmer producer organizations, self-help groups, farmer or joint liability groups, multi-purpose cooperative, so and so forth. Okay, all these categories will be given what? Money by the banks and financial institutions. They will give what? They will give loans, okay, for the projects, for the infrastructure projects. Okay, and anybody takes a loan from this fund will be given what? 3% interest subvention. Interest subvention means, generally suppose SBI gave me a loan, okay, with regard to cold storage. I said that I want to storage. I want to construct a cold storage, like big refrigerator, you can say, big freezer, you can say. So SBI will say, okay, very nice. Agriculture infrastructure fund scheme is there with us. Government has given the money, so I will give you 1 crore rupees. So SBI gave me, but SBI said that, sir, the interest rate is 10%, but government is asking us to lend at 7%. Okay, of course, the government will give the SBI the rest 3%, but we will get the loan. Actually, they will charge how much loan? 10%, but we are getting the loan at 7%. So what is the gap here? 3%. 3% is called subvent. Subvent means जितना है उतने से कम, थोड़ा कम, थोड़ा कम. That is called as what? Interest subvention. Okay. तो अपने को यहाँ पे to encourage the people to construct infrastructure projects in agriculture sector, government is also interested to give them, okay, interest subvention of 3%, okay, up to a limit of 2 crore, whichever is fulfilled. Then again, credit guarantee fund trust for micro and small enterprises, okay, scheme for a loan up to 2 crores. So another financing facility is there, micro and small enterprises. Micro and small, nothing but they are like industries or companies or factories or any business units, okay, whether pickle manufacturing, duster manufacturing, marker manufacturing, pen manufacturing, whatever it is, all these are what? Industries. But some requires less investment, some requires more investment. So on the basis of investment, the industries are classified into micro, small, medium and large. Like large industries are those industries which are having what? Investment more than 200 crores, like that. So some classification is there. Okay, so but this credit guarantee fund trust is only for micro and small enterprises. Okay, and you will be getting loan up to 2 crores. International trade in agriculture commodities, that was over. This is a new topic. Okay, with regard to our agriculture crops are there with us, what we are going to do with them. So first of all, let us see that the value of exports that we do, 252,000 crores. This much of value of exports India does with rest of the world. Okay, this is India and all other countries are called as rest of the world, ROW. Okay, and major exports we do with regard to agriculture crops. Okay, USA followed by Saudi Arabia, Iran, Nepal, Bangladesh. Do remember the sequence. Our majority of exports from the agriculture sector will go to these countries. Top agriculture and related products exported from India were marine products, fish related, prawns, shrimp, all that, basmati rice, buffalo meat, spices, non-basmati rice also, okay, Sona Masuri kind of rice also, cotton raw, oil meals, sugar, castor oil and tea. These are the major agriculture exported products. These are the countries, these are the products. Okay, despite being a leader of many of the agriculture products, okay, in the world, India's agriculture export basket share is only 2.5%. 2.5% means USA will also do export, UK will also do agriculture export, London, Spain will also do agriculture export, Pakistan will also do agriculture export, Bangladesh will also do agriculture exports, Sri Lanka will also do agriculture exports. Let us suppose all of them, obviously all the exports, let us suppose it 100%. So how much we do exports, or what value of exports we do? When we saw the fact, we understood that only 2.5% of agriculture products we share we are having in what? In export of agriculture products, only 2.5%. Okay. So since 1991 of economic reforms, India has remained a net exporter of agriculture products. Okay. One thing you have to remember that India not only exports agriculture products, but we do import. We do import. But the value of export is always more than value of import. Okay. How much value of exports we do? It is more than the value of imports of agriculture products. That's why we are always a net gainer. We are always what? Net gainer. Net exporters. Changes in composition of agriculture exports. Over a period of time, what happened? Some crops we were exporting more. Slowly, over a period of time, the value of that crops came down, and other crops we are exporting more. So that is called as a change in composition of agriculture products. Let's see. Do you see this here? Marine products. So almost like stagnant, 15%. You can see percentage में है ये. Then rice basmati again कम ज़्यादा थोड़ा, ये कम हो गया. Spices occupies third position. Buffalo meat, okay, at the end tea. तो minute में आपको फर्क दिखता, okay, but majority में नहीं दिखता. You not see you see this one raw. What is this? Sugar का export बहुत कम था, देखो बढ़ गया. Over a period of time, the composition has changed. Now sugar is adding more value to our exports than it used to add in what 2017 to 18. So you can see, and I see you can also see here, if I am not wrong, you can also see from this. Okay, just Just wait a second. Fine. So I hope that I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. I will discuss this tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Good night.